right. So let's move on. The next person on the team I want to bring on here is my good friend Fur Caggiano. Hello, Fur. How are you?
Hi, Nick. So glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me for Vitruvio. Super excited to be a part of this.
Super excited, and I love your colorful background. It's way more colorful than mine. It's got some amazing art. So for you and I had dinner in New York at NFT NYC, and that changed the trajectory of both our lives. So why don't we start there a little bit, and then tell people about yourself a little bit.
Sure. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I've been an artist for over 20 years, but that's not actually my formal education. I graduated on marketing and advertising, and I've been in that industry since I was 15. So working on in-house agency with my mom, and I'm originally from Brazil, so that's why I have a thick accent. And life just pushed me into being an artist full time. And that happened in 2000 when I moved to New Jersey with my first husband. And I went to the Art Students League in New York. So fast forward a little bit, then back in the States, several years later, I have been, pursuing art full time. And I came across NFTs, which was a very, very strange situation. I was having a museum exhibition. And someone approached me and said, do you have those pieces as NFTs? And of course, it was the first time that I heard about it. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. Can you spell it? So it was an interesting situation, but that was over 2 years ago. And I shifted from my traditional art industry to NFTs like completely. I kind of like gave up on the traditional industry just because I fell in love with all the possibilities that we have on Web3. And in that process, I came across Nick. It was through another friend in common, and she introduced us. And then in New York, he knew that I was looking for work. And even though I am an artist, I'm very passionate about creating. I always enjoy the part of putting artists together and promoting other artists. So he proposed to me to be part of Art Packs. And that has been a fascinating journey. All the artwork that you see behind on the screen are all pieces from the Art Packs collections. And we had our fourth drop yesterday. So super excited to do that. And I hope to bring all those to Vitruvio as well.
Awesome. So for you made the move to Miami recently, and you've been sort of starting to feel around the city a little bit. We've talked about having sort of a permanent gallery there. You still feel good about that? Is Miami the place where we have a permanent gallery?
Oh, absolutely. And for those who don't know, I used to own a gallery. I lived in Charleston, South Carolina, and I was co-owner at a gallery and also manager of that gallery. So I really enjoy the idea of having IRL exhibitions. And the fact that we can actually have a gallery focused on NFTs is a dream come true. So super excited with that project. And I know all our artists are looking forward to this immensely as well. So Miami is the place.
Yeah. So, you've seen the presentation I did around sort of the creator economy and the kinds of things we want to build in there. So put on your artist hat for a moment, take off your entrepreneur hat and your sort of director hat, and tell me, like, do you see those things as being good for the natural progression of the NFT space? Like, do you agree with some of the problems I highlighted there, and also the solutions that we want to put into Vitruvio?
100% game changer. I'll say one of the things that I noticed as an artist is that people have no idea what they're doing. And because NFTs are still very new, we are still setting foundations. So it's, Wild West. People mint whatever they think they should mint. There's no structure. People are completely lost. And as an artist, we don't know what to do because no one is guiding us. So when I remember when you first presented me the idea of the metadata, I was like, oh my God, this is like so freaking amazing, because when you actually talk in the language of what is already set as standards, you give the possibility for everyone to be considered a real artist through NFTs. So the idea of having all the linked art conversing with what we're doing and proposing to the artists, listen, you don't know what you're doing, but we can tell you how to make your life better and easier and how to make you actually succeed. So as an artist going into a new space where people say, okay, we know what will work for you. So here it is. You have to use the standards. So the standards will talk to all the database that is used by museums and all traditional institutions. Instead of you putting like, I think I should have a title and description and that's it. No, not enough, not enough. So we have researched all of those fields that are important to make sure that the art is recognized as real art. So super excited with the artist perspective on that and all of the other tools actually. It's not only about being recognized as real art, but also as being able to, for instance, like a huge problem that we have is copyright. People don't know what they're doing and they go like, okay, I mint my art, but what does that mean for the for the end user? Are you telling that they can print your artwork? Are you telling that they can use for commercial use? Like, what do you want this to be? So with one of the concepts that you presented, I think is brilliant, is that the artist is able to choose, okay, what kind of copyright I want. So of course, if you're selling a piece that is a one-of-one NFT, that's what it is. It's a very simple copyright. The user can display for personal use. So they can have in their living room or any of that. But if you want to go on the next level, you can actually commercialize your NFT for prints, for products, for commercial use. So you get to choose what kind of copyright you want for your NFT. And that for me is absolutely brilliant because it's clear in the contract and people will have no doubt of what they're doing with the use of their NFTs.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to implementing all of those things and really making a shift in how people approach NFTs. So now, for in the time that we work together on our art packs, one of the things that I have seen with my own eyes and experience is you are one of the strongest women I've ever met. You have so much grit and so much passion into you. You pour yourself like 10,000% into what you do. I thought I was committed, but boy, I mean, you're me multiplied, and also you're doing this as a single mom, moved to a new city with your child, making sure they're comfortable and all of that kind of stuff. I just want to publicly just thank you for stepping into this role, because it's a huge role. It's going to evolve into music, it's going to evolve into movies, etc., and I have no doubt you're going to excel there. So I just want to publicly express my gratitude really for taking on, because I cannot think of a better person. Having watched you sort of go through all these drops every week and get 60 artists, 65 artists each week from different countries who don't even, some of them speak the language, etc., to get organized, produce these works of art, and I might add, spectacular works of art, not just any works of art. You can see them in the background there, and then coordinating them into a drop. Hats off. I mean, really, and as this community works with you, they're gonna see what you bring to it. I have been greatly impressed with, and so when I was thinking about who's Creator Council lead, I literally didn't think of any single person other than you. I'm like, that's it. She's the one that is the right one for this role. And especially since you've had your own exhibition, and not just a tiny exhibition, right? There was a multi-story building with your art in it. That's pretty incredible. So you have experience with museums, etc. So I think it's going to be great, and I'm really, really excited to have you for in the past few months. I've grown to know you both as a professional and as a friend, and I'm looking forward to scaling new heights with here. We are really going to do some amazing things for the world creator community, and I'm glad you're taking the lead on that. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Nick. And just to add to that, because you mentioned I'm a single mom, I have to say I have the best kid because he actually knows my paintings by title. So he
Oh,
sees something and he goes like, "Mom, this is this and that," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" So so I think that shows how much I'm immersed in the art industry because my son, who is around me all the time, he's just as involved as I am. So
that's
I'm really
fantastic.
excited.
That's fantastic. Thank you for.
Thank
All
you.
right.